Hey people, what's going on? It's oh man, I still got this phone on from my job. Man, I work today. Working on Sunday sucks. Any of you folks that work on Sunday want to chime in? Working on Sunday sucks. Anyway, I went on my lunch break to a record show today. We have them here in Omaha, I think twice a year. And last few years the record shows here have been pretty bad, been pretty crap. And today's was hardly anyone showed up. I mean, I'd say easily a third of the room was empty. Vendors didn't even show up. In spite of that, I did find some things, which I'm happy to say, and I'd like to share those with you. And one of them is what I'm playing now is Hello People. This is a band that back in the 70s, I really wanted to like them because they were associated with Todd Rundgren, but I never could get into them. But I'm listening to it today, and it's working today. And it sounds kind of tinny, like it was really poorly recorded. But this is actually pretty nice. Pretty decent. I'm going to turn it down so I can talk here. So I picked that up today, and picked up a couple things actually I was happy to find, and one of them was this Brendan Perry solo album on 4AD at a decent price too. Eye of the Hunter. As usual, quite a few people's tables were overpriced. We have a lot of old guys around here, old farts that collect country and Elvis and then Kiss. And I'm just going to say it. The shit is overpriced. Yeah, I cuss a lot. I'm going to watch the F word, but I like to cuss. Am I a bad boy? I guess. I also picked this up. Wavelength, another one for my Tangerine Dream collection. And this one I'm not familiar with, but was happy, always happy to get it. It's on the Vorace Saraband label. Ryan Rox has started a thread on record label art, and I intend to respond to it, but I just thought I'd say that right quick about that one. I got a Tangerine Dream 12-inch single. It's kind of, to be honest, it's a little hokey, but I like the cover. Warsaw in the Sun. I think the best thing about this is, well, I've only played one side of it, and it was the Tangerine Dream that I don't particularly care for. But once again, the other thing about Tangerine Dream is that they'll hide a good song on a bad album. Live Miles, the Albuquerque concert and the West Berlin concert. Have not heard this, so this one's going to get a spin this evening. I do quite enjoy Tangerine Dream, especially as honestly as a backdrop for doing something else. I like it in the background. I did find a couple things, and here's one of my finds of the day. This was a find. This is Tritonus, Between the Universes, on BASF, German. Now, unfortunately, this is scratched, but this is Peter K. Seiler's band, Tritonus. This is one of those early synth workouts, and it's really good. I'm sorry that it's scratched, but there we go. That's all right. I'm happy to have this mother. Look at that funky cover. I don't know who thought that was sexy, because it really is not. All right. Settle down, Dereck. Settle down. What else did I get? Oh, I got this. This was nice. This was real nice. An original copy, mono, electric prunes. It's in good shape too. I like originals as much as possible. Look at that. That's the original label. It's mono, baby, mono. Some of these old records, like some of the old Beatles, sound better in mono, or at least ways it's more of a true representation of what you were supposed to hear, or, what was intended for you to hear before that fake stereo crap they started doing. Another great find today. I guess I shouldn't be ragging on the record show. I found stuff. Frank Zappa, Hot Rats. Now, of course, I've had this forever on CD, but I never bought the album. You know, when this first came out, I didn't like it. I heard it in the store, and then Peaches and Regalia. Honestly, at that time, I was not digging Zappa, you know, and I had gone through a period of loving Frank Zappa. But when this came out, it wasn't happening. And it's just grown in my appreciation of it has grown over the years. So very pleased to get a vinyl copy of that. Let's see what else. Oh, I found a couple things I didn't even know what they were. And I love taking chances when the price is not too bad. This is a Polish artist, Reportaz. Don't know anything about it. I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I turned it over, and I said, I know this is good. And I've only done a cursory play of the first 5 minutes of one side, and this is real good. Kind of sounds like it's going to be somewhere in between neoclassical and avant-garde jazz. But when I saw the cover, I said, oh, this has got to be at least interesting. And this has always been one of the things that drives my collecting, is looking for things of interest cheaply. Because one of the things I learned a long time ago is that a lot of people are looking for the hits, or looking for really mainstream, easy to understand music. So consequently, a lot of stuff that's in used stores or thrift shops are records that people don't understand, or someone gave it to them and they put it on, they didn't dig it, and they get rid of it. And consequently, a lot of times these are really, really good records that people just didn't take the time to understand. This is something, I believe the name of the band is Fellfarben. And once again, I took a chance on this, looked it up right quick. And this is a German band that is related to the Deutsche Neue Welle. Did I say that anything close? like Deutsch-Amerikanische Freundschaft and bands like that. I put it on right quick, and it's got that quirky early 80s kind of after punk sort of thing with Ricky Ticky keyboards and stuff, and I like it a lot. I'm really glad I got that. The one item I spent money on, about 20 bucks, was this, the 5-Day Week Straw People. Now, I knew it wasn't an original. Figured it was a reissue, but I looked closely at it, and it's a bootleg. I'm still not complaining. This is a pretty cool early psychedelic album that I've had forever on CD, digital. But when I saw this, and I looked at it, I said, yeah, I want this, you know. So haven't really spun it yet. Need to do that. But 5-Day Week Straw People, that was one that I went ahead and spent money on. And I found this to add to my Hawkwind collection, which used to be bigger than it sold, than it's coming back. Hawk Lords. This is a 12-inch single on the famous Charisma label. And I just popped this on right quick, and it sounded like maybe one of the more weak things they did. But I'm happy. It's on the famous Charisma label. It's on gray vinyl. Don't have too many things on Charisma that are on colored vinyl. I think I might have one other item, possibly, if even that, on colored vinyl on Charisma. So that was worth it. Picked up Castalia by Mark Isham. This is a beauty of an album. This one is sweet. This is really, really fine. Real good. Yeah, I was already familiar with this one, just didn't own a copy of it. Real good. And Nathan Morales just picked this up, and I had it on CD, but I didn't have the vinyl, so when I saw his, I was starting to get, I wish I could find that, and I did. Kraftwerk Electric Cafe. A little bit of ring wear on the cover, but the album is in perfect condition. And I had not seen a vinyl copy of this until Nathan showed his, so I was real happy to find this today. It's kind of like somebody up there likes me. Another wonderful purchase today. See, now it's like I'm doubly regretting bagging on the record show because I bought all these good records. Harold Budd and Brian Eno, The Pearl on vinyl. I've had this on CD forever, and I love this album. Quite familiar with this. Really love this. But got it on on vinyl? Heck yes. I got a 12-inch single off of Fractal Zoom, including Moby remixes by Brian Eno. This was nice to find. The same vendor had a couple more things I bought, and I got this one, more blank than Frank, compilation of Eno cuts from what, 73 to 77. This was nice to get this. I think this was maybe $6, so the price was really nice. Glad to get that. And then two more records I was real happy to find today because I'm getting them back. I have the CDs, but I'd sold or given away the vinyl in a strange fit. But I got this back today. Dead Can Dance, The Serpent's Egg. Severance off this album is one of my favorite songs by them. I just love 4AD's graphics. There's nothing like them. And I was super happy to find their first album today. This is in really good shape. I got, like I said, when I sold these records, I was having some problems with religious dogma. For all of you that are religious, that's fine for you, but for me, it just made life horrible. Now, the other day, I got a couple things in the mail, and I want to share those with you because I don't break down and buy on eBay too often. Oh, geez, I've got more things I haven't shown that I got. Let me finish my update. So one of the things I got off of eBay was Souvlaki Slow Dive. Really happy to have this on vinyl now. And this is a reissue. It claims to be a Japanese fan club reissue, and there is Japanese writing along the bottom. It's 180-gram vinyl. The pressing is wonderful. So, and this is just a sweet album. I really like the way they do Some Velvet Morning on here. An old Lee Hazelwood song. And the other record I bought off of eBay, which I was real happy to get, is a reissue of Trees on the Shore. I have it on vinyl now. I mean, I used to dream of getting an original copy, but, you know, it's like I'm not going to spend $150 to $300 for it. But this is an excellent folk rock album. And when I listened to it again on vinyl, now this is what I hate about buying in the mail, is it had a crunched corner. I just hate that because there's nothing you can do about it, you know, and, you know, they just send it to you. I don't like that. But I'm not understanding why this was not a massive hit of an album, especially considering the time that it came out. It was just right. This is so good. I mean, this is really a good listen. Just as you listen to it, it just draws you in, you know, and they start to improvise, and it's a great album. And a couple more things I bought recently that I want to show. I had never owned this, so I got Woodstock 2. Got it cheap for like $5. And I was sharing with Earl of Suave that I was listening to this other day, listening to Canned Heat. You know, and generally speaking, I try to avoid the blues, but, you know, the boogie was getting me, you know. Canned Heat just sounded fine, you know. Matter of fact, I was really kind of tripping on the drummer, the way he was playing the boogie beat on the Woodstock Boogie. It's like, that's some really fine drumming, and, you know, how do you exactly play that? Because that's, you know, boogie beat is not necessarily easy. Picked this up recently, Earth Extracapsular Extraction. Don't have the new one yet. Might get it. But I saw this, and I grabbed it. And I know I got at least one more thing that I need to show. Been listening to Prefuse 73, and I was lucky to find, where is it? An EP of theirs I didn't have, you know, remixing the books. This is really good. And, oh, yeah. Band of Horses' first album. Picked this up used. Is There a Ghost? I love that song. Love it. Good band. So I'm going to leave off there. So many records to show, not just what I bought, but what's back here. Nathan was showing some 45s, and I was thinking to myself, you know, I really want to show some 45s eventually. It's just, you know, just getting organized. Well, like, for example, I'll do this one right quick. Here is a split on the Tang label. One side is Killdozer and Moving Targets, and the other side is Big Black and Yola Tango. That was given to me by a friend. I bet you that's kind of hard to find. Susie and the Banshees, Kissed Them For Me. I love Susie. One of the best shows I've ever seen, and I've seen a million, was Susie and the Banshees at the first Lollapalooza. She was majestic. I think I may have said it before in the video, but I'll say it again. Susie dropped me to my knees when I finally got to see her live. She was just on it. Sybarite. Is that how you say this? Have I shown this? Did I show it when I bought it? Picked this up in Bloomington, Indiana when I was on a tour last year with Kleeman. I have a bunch of XTC singles, and here's one that I have. This is Pop. I've had these forever. These are originals. And they really had the art of the single down, if you want if I may share my opinion. This is the original XTC with the keyboardist still in the fold there. And let me see, is there anything else I can just pop up real quick before I go? Yeah. This Mortal Coil, Kangaroo, the 7-inch, with Gordon Sharp of Cindy Talk on amazing vocals. And the B-side of this is It'll End in Tears, a very short but beautiful song. Another single I have that I think is kind of rare, Tuxedo Moon, Boxman. This is on Crammed. I think that's probably don't see that too often. And I sold a bunch of my U2 singles, but I did manage to keep a few, and here's one that I kept, which is Gloria. And yeah, I love the old U2, I do. Love that old stuff. Okay, I'm going to stop here, folks. You know I love the comments. You know I love you all. I appreciate the feedback that I get, folks saying that they love to hear me talk. Why don't I make a series of CDs where I'm just talking? You know, I would never do that because I just, you know, the idea of monetizing everything, you know, just I need money, but I don't like it, you know, and maybe I sound crazy, but my attitude towards money is I need it. I don't like it. I really don't like to think about it and move towards it. But you know, I'm aware that I have talent. I'm aware that I, you know, can do things. But you know, the value is in the talent, not in how can I make money out of this? How can I make a buck? You know, it's like I suppose I need a manager who would push me into making money with some of my talents. But I haven't had a good manager yet. I've worked with some managers and they all sucked. You know, they were just thinking of themselves. You know, so that's my little rant for this one. You know, I can get going on just about anything. And so peace. The sun came out today. It's been gloomy here in Omaha. I'm just really ready for spring to spring. You know what I'm saying? I need some sunshine and warmth. Bring it on. See y'all soon.